All right.
So funny.
So, do you want to tell the story about this? About our quote unquote quick trip to go get some coffee?
Okay, so. Okay.
Are we hot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So, the coffee place that we go to is literally just a drive-through. That's it. There's like room enough for maybe the employee to one employee to park, and that's it. It's literally you drive in, you're in the drive-through, you drive out. That's it. So we pull in, and this big ass SUV pulls up behind us.
This place is habitually backed up.
Oh yeah, all the time.
There's just enough room to go around the building and pull back out and leave.
Right.
Like if you're working there,
no funny business.
Yeah, you're trapped. You can't park. There's no parking area there.
Yeah.
It's just you pull in. So the line backs up into the road quite often.
Right.
Yeah. So we're the last car in. So when this SUV pulls up, this SUV is in the road, and she honks. And we're like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Like, we literally can't go anywhere. Who are you honking at? So she pulls off and blocks, like, the people who are pulling out.
She literally pulls into the exit.
Yeah. So she pulls into the exit. Yeah. She pulls into the exit, and this giant Karen gets out of the car in her pink plaid capris. And
you know, she got one of them shirts that's like, it's like, somehow it's baggy, but you can also see just how like out of shape she is. She got that mom build.
No, she got the teacher pooch.
Yeah, the teacher pooch. That's what it is. Like, so like she got the teacher pooch.
You know what I'm talking about?
But the shirt looks like she
exactly what you're talking
bought an
about.
extra large from a Goodwill from someone's brother.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So she gets
Great
out of the car. She's got a coffee in her hand already. So we're like, what the fuck? So she just stands there with her arms crossed, and then she kind of like makes a move like she's going to go up to the window, and then she just kind of like backs off or whatever. And I guess they're like, what the fuck? So she finally goes, I ordered a Golden Eagle Frappuccino, and I got this pumpkin spice nastiness.
And now keep in mind, when we're sitting there in the drive-thru, like, she gets out of her car, and I rolled down my window because I'm like, I gotta hear this. I know this is gonna
immediately.
So like, we're sitting there. And
I have to
like,
insert myself now.
Yes. So you know how fitting. And the funny thing about this is too is even though this place is a drive-through, on the other side of the building they do have a walk-up window. The sidewalk can lead to, so you could technically walk up to the window and like order a drink and then walk away.
Yeah.
But no, this dumb bitch goes up to the drive-thru and cuts off all the cars and gets out of her car and gets her drink out of the drive-thru, standing there in her shitty little fucking capris. And then to watch her try to get out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we definitely were like, oh my God, how the hell is she going to get out of here? Because there's nowhere to back up. She has to back up into the street. So that's what she does. Full force, gets into her SUV and pedal to the metal, backs up into the big highway.
Whoa.
You ever just have to get your Golden Eagle Frappuccino so badly before you go home and breastfeed your 6 kids? Like,
and we this is definitely the woman that, like, all those kids are like, they're like 11 or 12, you know.
She's like lady.
She's breastfed them for half their lives already. But she got to fuel up with that Golden Eagle. So, yeah, needless to say, that's why we're late. So speaking of dumbass Karens, we're back for a new episode of Everyone Sucks Here.
I just had some fur touch my foot. It scared me for a second.
Oh.
Why? You know that there's 2 large dogs in your apartment. If it was like a hand, I'd be creeped out. But why?
So we
they're ninjas. They sneak up out of nowhere.
They do.
You'd think
but
2
like,
60-pound
you know
dogs.
that they're there. If it was like slimy and like
you'd think 2 60-pound dogs would like make a little bit of noise. Nope, just appear out of nowhere.
They just like tunnel up. Start crawling, army crawling.
Army crawling, yeah. God.
So take 2. We're here.
Wow.
Back for another episode.
Hi.
Everyone sucks here.
You know what? Everyone sucks here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, you guys told me to keep you fucking in line. I'm trying to keep you in line.
Wow.
Keep going on fucking tangents.
Whoa.
All right? We're here.
Whoa.
We're here.
Whoa.
Look,
Remember, this is a Destiny's Child situation,
Yeah.
AJ.
We are here a day later because our internet went out yesterday when we were trying to do this.
Yeah.
And, so fuck Comcast for that.
where's my fiber?
Where is the fiber, Comcast?
Where's the fucking fiber?
Where is the fiber?
In Atlanta, where I keep telling you we need to move.
I would never live in Atlanta in my entire life.
Come on.
AJ?
What if we just never leave the city?
AJ wouldn't be able to survive in Atlanta.
Why?
I wanted to move to
hot?
I wanted to move to Atlanta when I was younger, but
I wouldn't want to live in Atlanta because it's in Georgia, and Georgia fucking sucks dick. And I
Okay,
know that
sure,
Atlanta,
but the
I know
city
that
is
it's totally
cool.
different, but I don't give a shit. It's the South.
Wow.
It's still hot as fuck.
Wow.
It's humid. I don't
It
give a
is.
fuck. I'm not living in fucking
well, you know what?
Georgia.
You know what?
Wow.
Their apartments come with fucking AC.
Yeah, and dishwashers and fucking
And how many good old
washer
boys are around there too,
dryers.
just ready to
I mean, what?
fucking ruin everyone's day.
Maybe not in the middle of Atlanta. They're probably
they're still there.
Probably in the surrounding
and
areas.
I don't give a fuck. So, not ever.
Fine, then you don't get Google Fiber. The Google. No Google Fiber for you.
No Google
That's
fiber
the
for
thing
you.
is, there's fiber everywhere here.
But
It's literally everywhere here, but
Yeah.
this
Oh,
complex.
except
Yeah.
for like the block that you live on.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's literally everywhere. Like I just checked the mail yesterday, and I get ads for fiber that I can't get. So
that's
there's
annoying.
fiber literally everywhere.
Nothing says you need to fucking move like getting a fiber ad.
Yeah.
Right. So I know
But
that you two are looking to move, not right now, but like, just in general. Would Google Fiber or whatever fiber be like a make or break situation for where you guys live?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
possible.
It's not really, honestly. Like not for me. Like as much as I would love fiber, like there are more important things like AC and a comfortable living space to me. Because like it's like, oh, fiber's cool, but like I don't really need fiber right now. Like
I would much rather have a washing machine.
yeah,
and a dryer.
like real necessities like a washing machine,
Yeah.
dryer, like a good dishwasher. Not that we have a dishwasher, but just like things like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's
Interesting. Okay.
we got some announcements here for
Ooh.
We
do?
yeah, we do. First of all, if you guys are listening, make sure you
He never tells us.
I know. I'm like, oh, this is news to me.
because who the fuck scripts a podcast?
Wow.
Like,
I mean, you could just give your fucking homies a heads up, but okay.
well, every time I try, you guys keep derailing us on a weird
That's
tangent.
true.
Anti-homie.
Like, anyway,
Yeah.
we have, if you guys are listening, make sure to leave us reviews on whatever you're listening to us on. We are on pretty much every podcast service. If you're listening to us on YouTube, leave us a comment, leave us a review, leave us a like, whatever you're listening to us on. Leave us, give us that 5-star review. Let us know
Give
what you
us
think.
stuff.
Leave us comments.
Give us a 6-star review.
Just
Fuck
give
it.
us
Shoot for
stuff.
the stars.
We deserve it.
We do have, we just quote unquote launched it yesterday. You look at the Instagram. There's nothing on it right now, really, but there is an Instagram for Everyone Sucks Here podcast. It's pretty easy to find. Literally, it's just going to be used for posting, like maybe if we have any like interesting stories that we want to that we talked about or any like behind the scenes bullshit, it'll probably go there. Like, like if there's like we had that story that Sushie did a while back with Plum Island. So, things like that, we might post like the stuff, the information, the pictures that we talk about. We'll post it there. That way, we're not like, look at this crazy picture that you guys can't see. Like, it'll be on the Instagram. So,
Right.
be sure to give that a follow. It's Everyone Sucks Your Podcast. It's pretty easy to find. You'll see the little ESH logo. And we also got an update to one of our stories.
We do.
And yeah,
Ooh, okay.
So that'll be coming up with when Sam does her "Am I the Asshole?" because it's an update to one.
Oh my
that
gosh.
was already read.
Yeah.
Sent directly to our email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
God, are we big time now? We're not just scouring?
We big time. We big time.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited.
So that being said, should we dive into some assholes here? Like, Sushie, you want to start us off with what you got?
My gosh. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see. So, okay, I got one. Here we go.
Ready?
Am I the
Begin.
asshole? Yes, I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
We are so
Are
ready.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Am I the asshole for taking quote unquote drugs in front of my friend's mother?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Hi, everyone. This is my first post, and please be kind because English is my second language. This happened a few weeks ago. I had to state that I, 19 female, have thrombosis. Oh, thrombosis. Okay. 2 months ago, and was hospitalized because I might die. So it's like blood clots and
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
So in case anyone was confused, it all went along, and now I can even walk again because there was no blood in my left leg. I had to use a
Wow.
wheelchair because of the pain. Oh, that sucks, man.
Wow.
Because my blood didn't flow properly, I have to take medication, like 2 pills a day, so my blood flows and didn't cause a thrombosis again. All of my friends and family know and don't say anything against it. So she has to take like a blood thinner, nothing too
Yeah.
serious, maybe like, like an Advil or maybe a little stronger, but just not that crazy. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, I still couldn't walk properly. We, my boyfriend, my best friend, and 2 other people went to visit a friend. His parents are a little bit strange, but they owned a huge house, so we haven't had to deal with them often. A little backstory to his parents so you understand the story more. His mother was a little bit loose with drugs in her past, like her brother, but that changed after her brother died because of drugs, and now she has paranoia and other mental health issues. She's also a very judgmental person, overall controlling, and I'm the very opposite of her. We had some issues before, but that are some other stories. So, to the main story, we sat in their garden, all 6 of us, his parents, and a little barbecue. Then my alarm got off to remember for me to take my medicine. The pills were in my bag inside the house, and because of my leg, I couldn't get them, so my boyfriend brought them to me. Before that, my friend leaned over to me and whispered that I shouldn't take the pill in front of them because it makes everyone uncomfortable, especially his mother, because she hates drugs. I stared him in the eyes, then looked at his mother and took my medicine right in front of them, even without water. She glared at me but didn't say anything. We went inside after the sun disappeared and watched a horror movie. It's important because the room we were watching could only be entered through another room in which my medicine was. My boyfriend had definitely closed the door from the room with the medicine, and after that, he closed it from our room. Okay, so he definitely closed the door. No one could get into it without going through the room
and them
in.
seeing it. Okay.
Yeah.
After the movie, we got out and realized that somebody was inside this room and left the door open while we were watching the film. Also, my medicine was now on my bed and not on the desk near the bed where I left it. So I think his mother got in there, took my medicine, and checked to see if it was some kind of drug. But after she realized that these pills were medicine, she just left. It still creeps me out, but I played it cool, not to creep off the other people, and said it was because the door wasn't properly closed. What do you people think out there? I also want to say sorry for the grammatical errors. My English is not my first language. Yeah, that's fucking wild. So some of the comments were like, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Wow.
So this okay. So she has to take these drugs for her fucking. This isn't like.
Yeah, it's not fucking like she's abusing Vicodin
Yeah,
or sniffing
like,
coke at the
in
dinner
front of her
table.
mom, Yeah.
So she just wanted to know if she was the asshole. Of course she's not the asshole.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, that's not like, the whole idea behind people like who have like, oh man, I have this like, it's uncomfortable for me because of my past or my history or whatever, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, but that's something you still have to get over. Like, that's not on anybody else to suddenly fucking make it so you have to like, tolerate that behavior. Like it's unnecessary.
This would 100% be different if she was doing hard drugs in front of this
Right.
person's mother, but she's literally taking shit that helps her live every day.
She went through her thing. So this is where the controversial part comes up. It's like, it's not her house. So I get why she's like, am I the asshole? Because someone else went through her things in their own house.
But no, because
it's touchy.
I don't. That's just it. Like, I don't. If somebody comes into my house, that doesn't give me a right to go through their things.
Yeah.
No.
So
absolutely not.
It doesn't matter. Like, if it's still somebody else's possessions, you know, like by that fucking logic, it's like, you know, anytime you go into fucking Walmart, can they just go through your purse, you know, like, or whatever the fuck, you know, like, no, they don't, of course not. Like, oh, there might be some sort of rules there. Looking for guns, but you know what I mean?
But
like,
I would be very upset if someone went through my things, because what was she expecting
in
to
an
find?
accusatory way too.
Yeah,
like, what is she taking?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's none of your fucking business.
Right.
Like, I'm not snorting coke over here.
Right. Imagine like really staring at someone and giving them the evil eye for taking a pill at when their timer went off. Who times their recreational drug use?
Yeah.
Like, gotta re-up my Percocets.
It's
you know, like,
yo,
gotta do another line of coke real quick. It's that time.
Right. Like, what?
You know, my mom takes a blood thinner, Wellbutrin or something like that. You know, like.
Also,
dude.
I guarantee anyone who's on a blood thinner doesn't want to be on a blood thinner because that shit's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Like,
it is dangerous.
Nobody's like, oh, I gotta get my blood thinners on.
Yeah.
Like if you get a bruise on a blood thinner, you're fucked.
Also, like, what kind of fucking drug expert is this woman that, she's going through and she's like, okay.
Let me check this case out.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no.
Oh, it's prescription strength ibuprofen. She's okay. Like,
God. I mean, maybe there's a weird thing there where like they were like, hey, maybe don't take it while you stare her in the eyes, but like, because it is her house, but like, you're taking a blood thinner. Who fucking gives a shit?
Yeah, that's definitely not the asshole.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No.
And I would feel so angry and like violated if someone went through my
100%.
medical things.
That
like, you're
100%.
looking at your prescription and picking them up and touching them and being accusatory of it. I feel like I would like want to really punch this woman.
And that's just it too. Like when it comes to like prescription medications and stuff like that, some people just aren't comfortable telling everybody what they're fucking taking.
Yeah.
And they don't need to be. That's their business, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't fucking matter what the person's taking. It's none of your fucking business.
It's in a prescription. Like you already see that it's in a prescription bottle, right?
Yeah.
What do you need to look? It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's in a prescription bottle. Mind your fucking business. It's not like in a baggie. It's not fucking seedy.
Yeah.
It's in a prescription bottle on her desk. Stop being weird. Stop it.
Hot.
So yeah, definitely not
the asshole. No,
not the
she's
asshole.
not the asshole on that one.
Take the drugs.
Gotta take my drugs. Hang on.
Gotta take my drugs at the dinner table.
It's that time again.
Oh no, my Coke timer went off. Hang on.
Just being in the middle of a movie theater and just putting a line on the seat in front of you so you can
God.
Yep. Well, there we go.
cocaine and
Good
COVID.
to go now.
My fix.
My favorite.
That's my favorite screwball.
Oh God.
It's 9 o'clock. I light up a joint. Let's go. What? Who times that? So bizarre.
Lord. All right, AJ, what you got?
So mine is, am I the asshole for buying content from my friend's OnlyFans account?
Oh boy.
So
This has kind of been OnlyFans has kind of been a hot topic lately, hasn't it?
Has.
So I want
Based on just the title, I'm gonna say no and like awesome job supporting your friends and their content creation.
I too want to judge this based off the title, right? Before we dive into it.
But remember last time we did that?
Well, yeah, last time that cocaine one really threw us through a loop. Go listen to the last minisode if you haven't already. It's a lot darker than we thought it was going to be. So, based off of this, I think like the moment you put your shit out on OnlyFans for purchase or whatever, realistically, you know what you're doing. It's free fucking reign. You know, like not saying that excuses any creepers or whatever, but like anybody can buy your shit. You put it out there. So that's my initial thought when I see this. That being said, we'll actually go into the story here. A friend of mine, it says, throw away because of reasons. A friend of mine recently started an OnlyFans account and texted me and presumably others asking if I would subscribe. So I did. I did for a variety of reasons, including, I believe sex work should be normalized. I like supporting my friends and the things they do. And yeah, I was interested in seeing their content. Okay. A couple of days go by and they posted a couple of photo sets that you had to pay $5 each to see. So I paid my $10 to see both sets. No big deal, right? Well, the next day, I get a text from them saying that it was, quote, gross that I paid for, quote, every single one of their photo sets. They've only posted those 2, and they felt creeped out that I did it. I want to stress that I didn't leave any comments in their posts, nor did I send them any messages or texts or anything about the photos at all. I simply paid my $10, viewed the photos, and went on with my life thinking that I was supporting my friend and got a couple of nice pictures to look at in the meantime. I told them that I wouldn't purchase any more of their content since it bothered them, and that I would just unfollow them and forget the whole thing ever happened. But here's the thing. They said that they wanted me to keep following them because they're trying to boost their follower numbers, and that's the only reason they asked me to follow them in the first place. They said that I should have known better than to purchase their content because we're friends. I made the argument that they asked me how to follow, or I made the argument that they asked me to follow them but not purchase any content up front. I would have happily respected that. But all they did was ask me to subscribe, which to me meant they would be okay with me seeing whatever they posted. I mean, wouldn't you be okay with whatever you posted because you're putting it on fucking OnlyFans?
You're on OnlyFans.
Right.
That's the point.
So you should be okay with
if you're not
whoever.
comfortable with
The
it,
Pope should be able to fucking buy it.
yeah, if you're not okay with it, get the fuck off OnlyFans. Anyway, my friend says I should still have known that me purchasing their pictures would make them uncomfortable. I don't feel like I did anything wrong here, but maybe I'm not looking at it the right way. Am I the asshole? So there's a couple of edits.
Oh, Lord.
Wow, there's a lot more edits from when I first saw this yesterday.
Ooh, juicy.
Okay.
So to clarify, the way they have their account set up is that anyone can subscribe for free, but you have to pay individually to see each photo set. They absolutely were not expecting me to pay a monthly subscription and then not look at the content. They just wanted to boost their subscriber numbers to get started.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Like, why would you be like, yo, subscribe to me, give me money, but don't pay for this extra stuff?
Then they also put, y'all are making some real big assumptions about gender in your comments. I'm curious if people think this is a dude, but maybe it's a woman.
Okay.
That's my only guess from that comment.
Okay.
So I'll read this. Okay, before we get into the next edits here, because there are some interesting ones, what are your guys' thoughts so far?
Okay, so first of all, I get it. As content creators, we all know that when you're first getting started, you need to get as many followers, subscribers, whatever that platform calls it, to boost your numbers and
follow us.
And because algorithms, hide people with smaller accounts. I get it.
Right.
If they were uncomfortable with their close friends seeing their photo sets, and I'm not going to say nudes because you can put whatever photos you want on OnlyFans. We're only assuming this, right?
Yeah.
So
it's just a paywall.
It's just a paywall. If you were uncomfortable with that, you should have made that very clear because you are the one who essentially gave them the information that you have an OnlyFans account, right? So what were you going to do if you didn't tell your friends that you had an OnlyFans account? They randomly find you, right? And then they want to help out a friend and they pay money and here's the thing too is like, don't you have to like accept that and send it?
I don't know.
Sure, I've never like gone onto Patreon or an OnlyFans website, so I honestly don't know how it works. So, I know there's a paywall. Yeah, but I don't know how much you see for free. I don't know what the website looks like. I do know that they have certain messages where you can send photos in a message, and then you pay money in that message. So it doesn't sound like that's what this was.
No, I mean, to my understanding, there's different models. Okay, that's what they were saying. Is they have a different model. So yeah, if you essentially just wanted to, get your boost in subscribers and followers and stuff, and get your numbers up, you should have clarified, hey, I don't feel comfortable with maybe you paying me money to see these sets, but could you maybe give me a follow so that I could get the algorithm up? Yeah, right. I mean, and that's just it too, is like I do in a way, I kind of see both sides with the whole like being a little weirded out with someone that's close seeing your content, because for a while, like even when I was making like online content and stuff, I would feel a little weirded out. Like, I remember like making some YouTube videos, and I would post them, but I'd also think like, what are like the closest people that I know? And it's not the same thing, obviously, but it's something I created. So like, I felt a little bit weirder. Like, what are the people that I know that are closest to me going to think about this? Now I don't give a fuck, you know? Like, I mean, I fucking tell everybody with this fucking podcast. So like, I don't give a fuck. Listen, don't listen. I don't care. But well, I do care. Listen, but. You know, I do understand starting off, you might have that little bit of like fear or whatever, but at the same time, you put yourself out there. So,
well, you know, like here's the thing too. It's like porn stars, right? Like they don't necessarily want their parents or their family watching that, right? So wouldn't you be a little weirded out if like your dad paid for your fucking photo set on OnlyFans or like your best friend?
Well, I mean, one, yes, to a dad, that's completely fucking
right
different.
To a dad, but like she also asked him to, or this person to help them out. So it's like I see both sides, but like I think
just it, is like
she should have been clearer about her intentions or their intentions.
They could have definitely clarified what they were hoping for.
What kind of support they were looking for.
Yeah, what kind of support they were looking for. I guess I get the understanding of being creeped out a little bit by a good friend who probably has never seen you in that kind of way or whatever, and then paying money and not only paying money but paying for both of them, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, what the fuck? Like you're on OnlyFans to make money. You made money,
right?
Like this was
yeah.
And that's the
I'd
thing.
be like, awesome, thank you for supporting me.
Here's my product. Here's my product for sale. You gave me money. The exchange has happened. Like that's gonna happen.
And while I understand like there is that like level of discomfort, at the same time, if you are uncomfortable with it, which you're allowed to be uncomfortable with it, but if you are uncomfortable with it, maybe it's not the avenue you should be going down. You know, like
it's
maybe
possible.
you're not ready for that.
It's possible.
Because regardless, especially in the day and age of the internet, somebody you know is going to see the shit you put out at some point. You know, you have to
exactly. I think if you want to go down the avenue of OnlyFans or Patreon or whatever it is, paywall content, I think you should do so knowing that, like, what if my parents saw this? How would that make me feel? And then go from there.
Yeah. Like, and so there is,
or whoever makes you feel. Maybe not your parents,
I would definitely be more
like
creeped out if I hadn't told this person, and then randomly I saw that, like, they found it and they bought $10 worth of my stuff, and then like maybe didn't say anything. You know, like that'd be a little bit more creepy to me.
Yeah. So I don't think I personally would mind. Obviously, I'm not in this position, so I don't know. But I don't think if I told a friend, "Hey, can you go follow me?" and then they ended up buying my content, I don't think I would be upset about that because I asked them to.
Yeah.
If it was like I was like cross promoting it from like Instagram to like another account or whatever, and they saw it and they were my friend and I didn't tell them about it and they started buying it, that might make me feel some type of way. But being that this person told them, hey, I don't know. It's complicated.
Let me get into the actual edit here. Like, let me finish the story.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, there's more.
Sassy.
There's so one, I guess this blew up a lot because there's a lot of like gender identity discussion, things like that. A lot of people assuming one thing or the other. They made an edit about that, and they basically said, hey, you know, I'm not going to debate gender identity, but you know, the person in question is non-binary, they them, and the person the OP is also non-binary, they them. So like that's all we have on that, and that's fine. You know, like there's that whole discussion there, but they did because the clear up any gender confusion. My friend is transgender, and we both identify as non-binary, and we both use they them pronouns.
Okay.
So to anybody who's curious, that's what they're saying. Right. But that being said, with the rest of this, they said, on that note, I had a nice long conversation last night, and it all worked out. They admitted that they overreacted, mostly due to how quickly I bought the photos. I assured them that it was only because I was bored and screwing around on my phone at the moment they posted the photos, and that it wasn't a case of, I must drop everything and see these photos immediately. We're both in agreement that neither of us was being an asshole, and we had a misunderstanding, and we're happy to see that it worked through it with a little help from Reddit. And they also said that my friend thinks they aren't quite ready to sell online or sell content online, and they're going to take their profile down and reevaluate.
I think that's
if
what
it's
it.
something
Yeah.
they want to
Yeah,
do.
that's definitely.
Yeah,
I would
definitely see that.
I would definitely tell their friend that you 100% kind of have to be okay with all of this as a whole.
Right.
And comfortable with all of that. Yeah.
So
Right.
regarding the initial question before and after the edit, I don't think this person was the asshole. I think, that somebody asked them to do something and they did it. They subscribed. And honestly, like, if somebody asked me that or whatever, that's what because I don't know shit about OnlyFans anyway. So that's what I would assume that would mean. Like, hey, can you fucking, subscribe to my because I only know OnlyFans and Patreon as paywall content, right? I didn't know that you could just follow somebody and not pay for their content.
Yeah.
So if somebody says,
I didn't know either. I had no idea.
So if somebody says like, hey, can you follow me to boost my numbers or whatever, I'm going to assume, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Like,
Right. You're asking me for $5.
yeah,
Or
Right.
the only time it's like an asshole thing is if they, did they take those photos and sell them themselves or give them free, whatever the fuck. So,
or show
like,
them around, right?
Yeah, so it's like, then you get into whole copyright infringement and all that stuff. But like,
Right.
I don't think they were an asshole. I don't think the other person was the asshole either. They might have been,
Not ready for that
it
avenue.
sounds like they did. Yeah,
of making
overreacting
content.
doesn't make you an asshole. It just means you overreacted.
You don't.
because
I don't
sometimes-
think you quite understand the
That
full
was-
scope
there
of
was an
content
emotional
creation.
reaction.
That was like a gut react,
Yeah.
that they weren't ready. Yeah.
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 So yeah, that
I
was
agree
mine.
with
It
that.
definitely blew up
was
a
a good
lot
one.
more from yesterday. Like it was way shorter yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
And then all these edits came, so I
Yeah.
guess it's a good thing that
Wow.
good thing we got
Yeah.
Comcast yesterday.
Honestly, yeah.
So we got a
And
true conclusion to it.
sex work is valid.
It is
so
very valid.
that is the official opinion of the Everyone Sucks Here podcast. Sex work is valid.
Yes.
Support sex workers
Normalize
and content creators.
Normalize sex workers. Yes.
Gonna start my own OnlyFans,
Do it. Drop it like it's hot.
but I'm gonna need everybody to subscribe.
But where's your comfort level on this?
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you $5 or do you want me to just follow you? Let's
Here's
just
the-
see
here's
what
There's
the-
enough shitty
how we all
pictures of me
feel.
on
I was
Twitter that people have already seen for free.
about to say AJ literally has a shower video on Twitter, so I feel like his
It's
comfort
true.
level is probably way. Actually, you got 2 shower videos on Twitter.
I got a lot of dumb shit on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. It's AJ McGuckin. You can find me there and find all my dumb shit.
God.
So, do we want to get into this?
Yeah, let's get into
juicy
the
update.
Let's get into the update. So this update is from Bonnie Dimples. What is this fucking layout? I do not like it.
It's more squunched. So you can read it, so it's not wide.
We're squunched. Give me the squunch. Okay, that's fine. I'll do this. So if you guys remember, the Bonnie Dimples was the wedding,
Yeah, the pandemic.
wedding.
Ooh,
His father,
right.
Yeah.
wanted to have a wedding, and he's like, "Well, that's a fucking terrible idea."
Yeah.
And his soon-to-be stepmom or stepmother was basically like, "Oh, we got to have a pure Catholic wedding.
Yes,
it's not
yes.
fucking. It doesn't count, and whatever the
Yes,
fuck."
it has to
So-
be in the
God.
Catholic Church. It has to be witnessed by 1,000 people for it to count.
And the Pope himself needs
the
to
fucking Pope
out his
himself
dick
has to-
and
The
fucking
Pope
bless
himself
us.
has to come in his Pope-mobile and Pope
Gotta
glitter.
keep them fresh.
Yes.
Wait, is the Pope a Christian or a Catholic
Potpourri.
thing? I really don't know.
The Pope should just be a Catholic
That's
thing,
a Catholic
right?
thing, right? Pope is Catholic, not Christian, right? I don't know. It's all.
Well, Catholics are Christian, aren't they? Okay, anyway.
I think Catholic's the
Okay.
original, and then Christians are the offshoot. like. Well, no, I think Catholic was like the original, and then Christians were the ones like
Maybe.
the king rewrote
It's like
the
the
Bible and all
remix.
that. Like,
Remix.
yeah, like England was like, I'm
God.
gonna rewrite this. I could be wrong. Somebody can fucking correct me. I don't.
Yeah, well,
I'm
but
clearly
I
not
also
religious,
don't
so-
care. So let's put
Yeah.
that out there. We
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah,
care.
nobody
But you
gives
can
a shit.
correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, I'm
but
more
we
or less
don't
just
care.
asking them fucking random questions. I'm curious.
okay. Well, anyway, so back to this wedding that Bonnie wrote about. Okay. So, here we go. So the pandemic wedding happened, and I ultimately went along with it. Turns out it was just as bad an idea as my sister and I thought it was. The first bad sign came on the way to the wedding itself, and while technically unrelated, it seemed to be a fitting omen for things to come. I have my sister in the car with me, and we got on the freeway when a small bird comes flying through my open window and into my back seat, missing my face by just a few inches while I'm going about 45 to 50 miles per hour. It freaked the fuck out back there, and we're freaking the fuck out up front, and I can't let it out because the switch for my rear windows on the driver's side panel has been busted for a while. What's worse is that it's in the middle of road construction season and all the shoulder lanes were coned off. So I had to go a few miles driving, white-knuckled, before we find a place to pull over and let it out. There is red fucking everywhere in the back seat, and I wonder if it was injured and bled everywhere. Upon closer inspection, it had been eating berries and just shat all over the place. This is my absolute worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad omen, gotta be honest.
That is a pretty bad omen. All right.
My Jamaican ass would have turned right the fuck around.
The second bad sign came after we got to the church, and my uncle tells me that my dad is freaking out because, quote, the bride is feeling sick. They even had a prayer circle set up for her and everything. My dad is very insistent that the ceremony will still go on, but they're just now considering canceling the reception. The third bad sign, you remember what I said about the religious right not having the best track record regarding masks and social distancing? Well, I feel absolutely vindicated holding that prejudice because while everyone had to have masks, there were entirely too many chin straps and nude noses for my liking. I wait around for about an hour in my hot-ass suit, mask, and latex gloves while politely refusing to hug or shake hands with the guests, some of which are my dad's fiance's relatives who I have never met. The bride says she's feeling well enough to go on, and the ceremony proceeds. The priest goes and gives an extremely tone-deaf sermon that literally opens with, "I just got done serving a funeral. This is the first time I'm doing both a funeral and a wedding on the same day."
Jesus.
Is there a 2-for-1 deal? Was there like a discount?
Right.
It's gotta be.
Or
Do they get paid by the wedding? Paid by the funeral?
You just recycle out the flowers. It's fine. With other highlights,
you just move them over.
With other,
Literally, the bride just throws it over straight on top of the casket.
God.
AJ, shut up!
Fucking hell. With okay, with other highlights including marriage is about sacrificing one's life to the other, and with this union, two must die so that they may become one. Oh my God!
What? Excuse me?
Are we sure this man's Catholic? Because I don't remember any of this shit.
Is
Lord.
it a con or a wedding?
Oh, God. With each line, my sister and I exchange glances, communicating the universal sign of, are you fucking kidding me with this shit? Oh, I know that glance.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Bonnie is one of us.
Okay. After the ceremony, we do some photos, and then, and only then, is the reception finally canceled. Not because of any pandemic concerns, mind you, but because of bad sign number 4, a massive thunderstorm that was rolling in. We then proceed to have a sad church parking lot reception with cupcakes, and we finally get the fuck out of there. It's been a few days, and I'm still... Sushi just did a spit take.
I literally almost spit my fucking tea out.
It's been a few days, and I'm still feeling fine, but I'm being even more cautious than I usually am at work as I wait to hear the news regarding my new stepmom's COVID test results. I really do want for them to be happy, or to be happy for them, but I can't help but feel this whole fiasco is going to color my relationship with her and her side of the family for a while, if not permanently. TLDR, I say this whole affair was fucking cursed, while my sister is more inclined to believe it's some sort of karmic retribution for going through with such a bad idea. Signed with a grease stain, Bonnie, not a prophet, I just possess common sense, Dimples.
Oh, what a fucking incredible update.
What a wild ride.
That was amazing. 10 out of 10.
You know what, Bonnie? Thank you very much for... I know you were very, going back and forth on whether you should attend or not. But the fact that you did attend with gloves and a mask and you refrained from touching people, thank you for doing that much.
For real.
Right.
And you know, we've said it before, we'll continue saying in the fucking future, the pandemic's a real thing. COVID's not going anywhere right now until people get their fucking shit together.
Right.
But I mean, you did the best with the fucking shit-ass cards that you were dealt.
With what you had, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I
have a question.
Yeah.
So when they were saying sick, did she have COVID symptoms?
That's
what kind of sick
I
are we
don't know.
talking?
Well, that's why he said that at the end there, she's getting...
They're waiting.
yeah.
So that raised my concern. So it's like she might have had flu-like
and here's the
symptoms.
thing is, every single time I've seen any or heard the news of any gathering this year, with like that fucking motorcycle gathering or these shitty like fucking concerts that washed up fucking rock stars keep putting on, every single time it happens, and then people go, well, a bunch of people got COVID. Like, no fucking shit. So the fact that this, I don't give a fuck because she's not my fucking style. And this dumb bitch was like, hey, AJ. We're going to have this wedding regardless and risk everybody's fucking life. And by the way, I am feeling sick, but I'm still going to fucking go. Yeah. You know how many things
and
right now?
Put on this fucking...
Yeah, like everything, every single thing in this, like everywhere you go, it like you try to go get a dentist appointment or whatever, it literally says if you have if you feel sick in any way, you cannot enter the building. Yeah. You can't enter the building if you are feeling signs of sickness. The fact that this church let her in is bullshit, but the fact that she went in is also bullshit. So yeah, maybe that sounds harsh, but I don't give a fuck because my patience with these people is gone. It's done. Zero.
It's done. So we've all been locked in the house because everyone's selfish.
People are
but it's my wedding. What about my wedding?
People are adamantly hurting others, and that's the problem because people aren't seeing the actual repercussions of it. They're not seeing it like firsthand, you know what I mean? Like they're not actually witnessing the fact that because they were sick or had symptoms and maybe they're asymptomatic, maybe they don't even have symptoms,
no symptoms, no fever, no chills.
But now all these people are sick and that's
I can't handle it. It pisses me fucking off so much. But you know what? You know, if things continue, then maybe this priest really can do weddings and funerals at the fucking same time.
He'll have to.
Might as well. You have to offer the 2-for-1 special.
He's going to have to pay for 4 weddings and a funeral.
Oh, God.
Yeah. and all of those omens are a direct sign from whatever it is 100%. That you believe in that day was not supposed to happen.
Let me tell you that the second that fucking bird entered my window, I would have turned my ass around. Nope, I can't handle this.
I'm telling you. Nope.
Also,
do not pass go.
But poor Bonnie in the sense that he already had the common sense. So why is this fucking karmic justice coming down on him?
On him?
Fucking hell! Like, send the bird messengers to the bride and groom, not the man who's trying to speak the truth.
God is a vengeful God, you know.
Right.
You know what?
They don't care.
You know what? Well, maybe I'm not religious. I do believe in these omens. My cousin got into a car accident in her wedding dress on the way to her wedding, and that shit ended up in flames. So, like, I believe in that.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely believe in omens. I'm not typically religious. I wouldn't say I'm anything, but I definitely believe in shit like that. If the storm's rolling in, if a bird flew in the back of my car, et cetera, I'd be like, nah, it didn't work out, guys.
The moment they said that she was not feeling well, I'm fucking turning on my heel and leaving.
And here's the thing too, is I also feel bad for Bonnie because, you know, he says at the end, I can't help but feel like this whole fiasco is going to color my relationship with her and her side of the family. That really fucking sucks because he wanted to protect himself. He wanted to protect his dad and his own family, you know, him and his sister. And for these other people to be like, oh, well, he wouldn't shake my hand. He showed up to the wedding in gloves and a fucking mask.
Yeah, he's
because he was ready to protect everybody,
careful.
You assholes.
And you know what? If that's the case, that's not a relationship you should give a fuck about having anyway.
That's very true.
I mean, you know, like that's not something to lose any sleep over.
That's very true.
Because if these people don't give a fuck about anybody else, they certainly don't give a fuck about you to begin with.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit?
I would just hate for that to also like come back on like, oh, well, you know, I'm just naming her Mary's new husband. His son was a dick. Like, no, he was very smart. He had common sense.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and I don't know how old Bonnie is, but I know Bonnie's a grown ass man who lived his own life.
Yeah.
So it's a lot less relevant now. It's not like, you know, this is like, oh, some like 12-year-old kid, and now we have to live with this fucking woman. At the end of the day, you can cut off that bullshit family and fucking move on. So, I mean, maybe I'm looking at it very black and white, but like, as long as his dad is still cool with him, that's all that really matters. And his dad's side of the family, the actual family.
You just have to coexist. It is what it is.
And like we've talked about in the past anyway, the whole idea of like a step family and shit, that doesn't really exist when you become an adult and your parents remarry. You know, like I have a step family because my dad remarried when I was like in the 2nd grade. So I have a step family. But if my dad remarried now in my 30s, that's not really my family. You know, we don't even live in the same state.
Right.
It's just, these are just people at this point.
Yeah. Like,
So-
let's call a spade here.
Exactly. So at a certain point, you're like, we didn't grow up together. We didn't live together. And it's fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless, I hope that I hope that she doesn't have COVID. I hope no one gets it from there.
Yeah, for sure.
And everybody gets to move on from that entire fiasco. But I do
Right.
remember Bonnie talking about
I heard the bird thing, yeah.
He came into the Discord and he was like, I just had the worst day with this bird.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he did mention the
forgot
baby
about
bird
that.
thing. Or not the baby bird, but the bird, yeah.
Oh God.
Well,
Are we going to get an update to the update?
oh my God, we can only hope.
Bonnie, every week, just write in.
Corner.
Bonnie's Corner.
So, Bonnie, thank you so much for that update. And if you guys have stories you want to send them to contact@everyonesuckshere.com or hit us up on Twitter @ESH Podcast. And send us your stories. If you guys got anything you think can top that, good fucking luck. But
Yeah, good luck. There were omens involved.
literal omens. Literal omens.
So I don't think your story is going to live up to actual omens, but you can try.
We'll move on here. We got some missed connections to
Misconnections.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah. That's the soundbite we need. Yeah. So, Sushie,
you can clip
what you
that.
got for us?
Oh, okay. So I went to Alaska.
Oh shit.
I figured there's some weird ass
Yo.
people that probably live in Alaska, right?
Yo, there's some nasty. Gimme.
Yeah. We discussed footwear this afternoon.
Uh-oh.
Male for female. Big shocker there. We're all surprised. We were both on our way into the store at the same time, and you complimented my footwear. We ended up having a fun little chat about this before parting ways to do our shopping. Regrettably, I never asked your name. I also wish that I had told you that I think you're absolutely beautiful. So on the off chance that you see this post, I just wanted to say that our short conversation this afternoon was a highlight of my day. So thank you. I'd love to run into you again one of these days. So I picked this because this shit gets on my motherfucking nerves. A woman just talking to a man, being bare bones polite, means they're meant to be. Where are you getting this from? Please tell me. She said, I like your shoes while they're walking into a shoe store.
Yeah.
She went, hey, dude, nice Jordans.
Yo, okay, so just a small sidestep here. I did see a man on Twitter who was like, you know, in the same regard, saying like, okay, well, what are dudes supposed to see if they see a girl they like and they do want to approach her in the street and say something? And literally 50 women replied, don't. Don't fucking
not.
You literally don't approach me. I got shit to do. We have things we're doing. We're on the way to go do them, and you're bothering me. I don't need to hear your fucking how you doing, ma. Like, fuck off.
Fuck right off. Fuck off.
Okay,
so that's what they do in Alaska.
I saw a thing on Twitter as well. It kind of reminded me of this. It's literally just like a little animation somebody posted of a girl giving like a quote unquote a compliment. It's just like a circle that says compliment on it to a dude, and he holds it in his hand, and his vision blurs, and it becomes like two hands. He's looking at it, and one of them just says like oh, she really likes you, or she's just being nice, but he focuses in on like she really likes you, you know, and she's like that's literally. Unfortunately, way too many dudes.
So here's the thing.
It's way too many dudes.
I have a solution for this.
Don't talk to men.
Don't talk to men. Never compliment them.
Never fucking compliment a man. Never. That's my motto.
Never compliment him ever again.
Never compliment a fucking man. Do not look at his shoes and be like, yo, sick shoe game, because he's going to be like proposing. Okay? And we don't have time for that.
She had them Uggs and those feet. I like. As we watched,
she had two legs.
I love that she complimented his fucking shoes.
Going to a shoe store.
The shoe store.
It could have been one she's just fucking trying on, and she might not even know that. All right.
I hate it here.
Mine, I went to Flagstaff.
I've been to Flagstaff.
Yeah, so
It's middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
Literally, there's nothing there but one gas station.
And Arizona here, so Flagstaff.
Really? Okay.
Oh, it's terrible.
The title of it is just Fat Olives Waitstaff. I'm going to assume that's a restaurant.
I hope so.
And it says, I miss fat olives. Mostly the fantastic waitstaff. Looking to check in with Lexi, Mac, Val, Dylan, and Raj. How are you guys? We used to come in every Friday and sometimes Wednesdays. Half-price bottles of vino. Hope you're all well and healthy. Please respond and say hello.
Oh, boy.
And
Can you not dox employees of a fucking restaurant, please? Like, why are you putting their whole motherfucking names on the internet where they work, sir?
so I picked this one because it wasn't just like the typical creepy dude. I viewed this as like a weird like 60-year-old man who's just trying to make friends but doesn't realize like this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
And at no point in time are these fucking 5 people ever going to be like, oh man, I remember that guy comes in every Friday and gets that half-price bottle of vino. Like,
Oh, they look at him and go, it's a half-price bottle of wine, guy. He lives $1 tip.
yeah.
Yep.
That's what they see.
That's what I was about to say.
And that's what they're saying in the kitchen because people who work in restaurants are not your fucking friends. They're being paid to talk to you.
Yes.
Just like a stripper.
Yep. Yep.
But she really likes me. She smiled at me.
She
And-
smiled when
It's
she
that
set down my
guy
wine
that comes
glass.
in every Friday. No, I say, it's the guy that comes in every Friday.
Sushi, you don't fucking get it. She served me my food and complimented my shoes.
Yeah, love at first sight.
So, mine comes from Portland,
Oh no.
Ooh.
and the title is "You Were Being Robbed."
That sounds about right for Portland at this moment. So.
Okay. All right. You were being robbed by a heavy-set man dressed as a clown when I passed by the alley. I was the one with the elephant ear and the soft drink that waved. At first, I thought we had a connection, but when you didn't wave back, I wondered if I hadn't read into it too much.
Sam. Where do we unpack? We need a whole episode to unpack that.
Okay, so here's my thing. When I think of an elephant ear, I think of a plant. So what the fuck are they talking about?
It's a pastry. It's like a big donut.
Oh,
it's
is
a
it?
really big donut.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Elephant ears are basically, it's like a glazed cinnamon donut.
I legit thought this dude just had like a fucking potted plant and he was like, hey, in the alleyway, like.
But it's even funnier to think that she's sitting there eating
would
a
that
giant
make it any
fucking
more weird or
pastry
less
and waving.
weird?
Imagine you're getting robbed by a clown in Portland, and this asshole at the end of the alleyway is like, "Hey," with his big donut.
On a fucking plant.
Imagine being the one who's like, God, we're living in a pandemic. My city is literally on fire. A clown robbed me, and a man tried to get my number from. Wow.
Well, he was eating.
Why are you
elephant
waving
ear.
at someone? What did you think was going to happen?
That's in fucking Seinfeld shit. That's like the last episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
We all know how that season ended.
That's
all right?
legit something that would happen to George.
Yeah, that story sounds very out there. Getting robbed by a clown and someone's holding a giant donut and waving. Like, what?
Oh, Portland, please continue to stay as weird as possible because I love this shit.
Well,
Sounds pretty good.
that was a good little round of whatever the fuck that was. Misconnections. I love how we always have like these we'll always have like some pseudo normal ones, and then Sam comes out with some bullshit like, so I was fucking a potted plant in front of you, and I was really hoping you'd sprout. I mean, like it's some weird
You'd
shit.
sprout? Oh my God, you did.
See, I can write these.
Oh God. I kind of want you to like post your own and see who replies, and then we can read the replies.
I'll think about it.
Oh.
I post one. What if I post one for like every state, like the same one in every state, and see who has the most unique replies? It's the same one for every state. Which, by the way, small little tangents. I like to look at our analytics every now and then. I like to look at like what states, listen to us the most. And it's pretty cool. We have pretty good coverage over most of the United States. We're doing pretty well in the Midwest. So shout out to the fucking Midwest.
Yo,
wow.
Midwest.
New York and Oregon and Washington and California, they're all they're up there as well. They're some of our highest. But the funny thing to me is I was looking at the map of where everybody listens. We do not have a single listener in Sam's home state of Georgia. But every state around it has listeners. Like somehow, like they just like, I don't know what it is.
Like, nope.
Because literally everyone I know is
moved out of Georgia.
Moved out of Georgia, or anyone who's in Georgia is literally listening on YouTube.
Yeah, that too. But I thought it was funny because it's like every other state, like there's a couple of them that like little. I think we haven't quite broken into like Nebraska yet. You know, we're still working our way into the Badlands. But,
the Nebraska market.
But we got that lucrative
Do we
Midwest.
know anybody in Nebraska? Yo, if you're in Nebraska,
I probably don't. I think it's safe to say I do not.
Yo, if you're in Nebraska, hit us up at ESH Podcast on Twitter.
Yeah, and if you're in Nebraska, you probably don't have a Twitter, so email us at contact@everyone's
Wow. Way to generalize the entire state of Nebraska.
Well, tell me anything about Nebraska. Then.
Yeah. Well, there was this guy who went to Nebraska yesterday, or he's from Nebraska, and he went to the city council, and he was like, yo, boneless chicken wings aren't chicken wings, so rename them shits to chicken tenders.
Yeah, he made a whole big...
They are chicken tendies, it's true.
But like the fact that this man, like that's what's going on in Nebraska. You know, every other city is on fire right now. There are people that are literally protesting for human and civil rights, and Nebraska's out there like, you gotta rename these boneless chicken wings. That's what matters right here, right now, and year 2020.
God.
So yeah, shout out to Nebraska if you're out there. Hit us up. Let us know that you're a Nebraskian.
Nebraskian?
What do you guys call yourselves?
Yeah, what do you call yourselves if you're in Nebraska?
What's your state pie?
Wait,
do states have pies?
Yeah, they have everything.
Yeah, each state's got a pie.
I didn't know that.
We'll have to do some homework and for the next episode or minisode.
Oh God, Oregon's is definitely the Marionberry, isn't it?
No, I'm not doing any work. I want them to tell me.
That's true.
Nebraska, what is your state pie? Please tell me.
Let's move into some relationships here. So what I'm curious about, like, I think we all like. I saw Sam's title of hers, and I saw mine. Based off of these two, I feel like Sam's would be a good ender, but I don't know what yours is, Sushi. Is yours a good beginner or an ender? How are you feeling?
It's like petty.
It's petty.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like petty and insecure.
Petty and insecure. Okay. Well, do you want to start off with petty and insecure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. My relationship post goes as follows. My 30 female friend, 32 female, has specifically asked that I dress down and not wear makeup when I meet with her boyfriend, 30 male, for lunch tomorrow. So, yeah.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for now.
I mean, I don't see the problem.
I don't see what the problem here is. She should wear a paper bag over her head.
I hope she covers up them shoulders.
If I see one
those
goddamn
slutty shoulders. For context, her ex had asked me out not a week after they broke up this past Christmas. We had run into each other at the pub, and he had come over to say hello, only to ask that we have dinner right at the end. Probably doesn't require saying, but I turned him down and told him that he was disgusting, and then immediately told my friend for the sake of keeping her informed. Prior to that, she had told me that she was considering getting back with him, so I felt she should know that he wasn't worth a thought, let alone another try at a relationship. At the time, she seemed glad that I told her, but our interactions have been a little awkward since. Part of me wonders if she feels that I'd brought on the attention from her ex. In truth, I hardly said hello to him and couldn't stand him when they were together. I'm sorry. Whatever he may have felt, I had no control over that. At times, my friend makes remarks with regards to my appearance, like, you're a bit dressed up for lunch, aren't you? Even when I'm honestly not. Like, I'll just roll out of bed in a shirt with toothpaste stains on it, and she will simply imply that I'm trying too hard. I don't know what that means. It wasn't like this before her ex had asked me out. You know, imagine thinking I look like a beauty queen right now because I'm like in a t-shirt. It wasn't like this before her ex asked me out. That sort of thing can do a number on just about anyone, no matter how secure they are. So I understand her initial discomfort, but is it necessary for her to continue to treat me differently months after the fact? I would have spoken to her about it had I figured out a way to do it without making things even more awkward. I just hope she knows that I have her back. For months, I've brushed off the passive-aggressive remarks, but now she has gone out of her way to outright ask that I dress down and wear no makeup to meet her new boyfriend. I feel like I should say something. I just don't know how to put it. Should I just do as she's asked? Should I speak to her to clear the air? I want her to feel comfortable and for her to know that our friendship is a massive priority to me. No guy will ever get in the way of that. How do I bring this up? What should I say? Should I say anything at all? TLDR, her ex asked me out not a week after they broke up last year. And since then, she has treated me weirdly, even though I told him off and immediately let her know. How do I speak to her about this? I want her to know that I have her back and that she has nothing to worry about. Suggestions? They're asking for our input.
Girl, you insecure.
Insecure and petty.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's like we were saying earlier. Like you shouldn't have to change your fucking life for somebody else's insecurities. Mm-hmm. You know, oh man, like she doesn't like drugs. Okay, well I need these to survive. Like, yeah, you know, and right. it's yeah. I mean, this isn't even somebody who. It's not like her boyfriend left her for somebody else either. Like it's just like some piece of shit dude. They broke up and he asked out this other girl, but that has not. I don't know. It just seems very, very, very insecure. Like you should never have to ask your friends to dress down for fear that your fucking significant other is gonna jump for them.
Steal your man away with her slutty shoulders and her mascara.
I don't think that there is any situation in which I would approach a friend of mine and tell them, hey, can you maybe not wear any makeup? Like, you know,
can you wear a potato sack?
You know, like, that's so fucking rude. It's so fucking rude. Mm-hmm. And then on top of your own insecurities.
Well, especially because I feel like it's kind of the whole known thing is that women wear makeup for themselves. So it's not like she's wearing this makeup to go out and fucking get your man. Like she's wearing it because she fucking wants to wear it because she likes how she looks or feels or whatever the fuck, you know? Like, so as a woman, for her to try to take that away from somebody else, like, what the fuck? It's fucking stupid. Like, also, I'm really caught up on the toothpaste stains on the t-shirt thing. I don't understand how that happens. Like, I thought that shit had to stop when you're a child. Like, what?
Right. Wow. In the 4th grade, approximately, is when that stops.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I've never had toothpaste stains on literally anything. So, I mean, I don't know how you're doing this at like fucking however old they were. I forgot unless they didn't say.
30-something.
30-something. Got toothpaste stains? Come on.
Wow.
It's not that bad of a year.
Stick to the topic.
But yeah, no, that's definitely, I mean, advice-wise, fuck. I mean, go up to her and tell her the truth. Hey, you're being really insecure.
You know, the thing that sucks here, too, is that she doesn't like this guy. Like, even when they were together before, she didn't like him. You know, obviously she didn't like him after he approached her and tried to ask her to dinner, right? I can only assume that she doesn't fucking like him now. So why would I want to appease you?
Yeah.
And to appease a boyfriend that I don't even fucking like.
Yeah. No.
Like
it's definitely wild to see like the internalized misogynistic women that like your friend who only did not like that dude when you were together immediately runs and tells you because you're thinking about getting back together with him. Like, he just tried to hit on me in a fucking bar, and I said, no, you're gross, and told your friend. And she's like,
can you not wear makeup because you're a man-eater? Like, you're just here to take my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been in a relationship with a friend where I adamantly did not like her boyfriend to the point where I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to go to dinner with you guys. Like, I'm not going to hang out because I don't fucking like him. And it's a very hard relationship to hold on to when your friend dates somebody that you adamantly don't like. But if you want to somehow salvage this relationship, I don't know. I don't know how you salvage a relationship in your 30s with someone who, like, you know, they're adamant that you're trying to take their dude, or, you know,
and you have no personality of your own. You're just out to be a shark to get everyone's man.
Yeah,
like, what?
But also that, like, why aren't you mad at your boyfriend?
That's what. Yeah.
Why aren't you mad at him for maybe, like, looking at other women that way?
Because she's definitely a pick me.
Because she's definitely a pick me. Yeah.
Want that. See, if I were the OP, I couldn't be friends with someone that exhibits this type of behavior, because it's pick me behavior and it's internalized misogyny, and I don't have time for that. So I don't have real advice for this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard too, because, like, in like maybe my 20s, I might have like, you know, tried to salvage
they're
this,
in their
but I got
30s.
shit. Yeah, I got shit to do now. Like, I don't have time for these. I don't have time for these kind of relationships. Like, you either need to get it over, or you need to realize that your boyfriend's a piece of shit, or something else, because I can't help you.
And that's go ahead.
If you're at the point in your life where, like, I'm your friend and I'm telling you, like, I mean, I probably wouldn't tell you I don't like your man, because that causes problems also. But if I do, and I'm like, take you to the side, I'm like, I don't like your man, he did this, blah, blah, blah. And you go around and make me the fucking villain in this story, I gotta really look at you differently.
Yeah.
And, you know,
and then you tell me that, like, I need to dress down, like I'm the fucking
on top of it. Yeah.
I'm wearing the scarlet letter.
It's also a thing too with, like, it's interesting seeing this from this perspective, I guess, being this person, because a lot of times when there's three people like this, and you have the two people in a relationship and then the friend, you know, a lot of times you have the situation of, like, oh, you know, we're in this relationship, but one of us has a friend that the other one doesn't like. What do we do? And it's like, okay, usually if you're in your fucking 30s and there's that weird friend that doesn't like one of the people, you kind of have to pick. It's like, do you want your relationship, or do you want this fucking friendship? Because, like, at the end of the day, especially in your 30s, like, I'm picking the fucking relationship, you know, like, because who fucking cares? But, like, now this is turned where she is that person, but she hasn't done anything wrong. She's just existing.
She just exists.
Exactly. So she's just being punished and shit on. So really, she should just fucking
get rid of both
of them. Yeah.
Get rid of both of them.
Like, it's not worth it.
It sucks. It's
I would be interested to see how long they've been friends. Like, is this like a couple year friendship, or is it from high school? You know, I'd be interested to know
right.
how long this friendship
or it doesn't really say. I did link it, so I guess we could go through. But that is a good point. Like, how old is this friendship?
Yeah.
This woman, the person that she's talking about, not the OP, like, she has her own issues she needs to get through, like, to villainize another woman saying, please don't wear makeup and dress. Like, what do you want me to wear? Do you want me to wear, like, a tracksuit? Do you want, like, I don't understand.
Yeah. No, it's fucking
because
dumb.
you're worried that your boyfriend might.
Yeah.
So talk to your boyfriend.
Yeah. It's
what
dumb.
does that have to do with me?
I'm not going to lie, though. Like, I don't think that I could ever go back to someone who a week after we broke up went and asked my friend out.
Well, this
but
is
that's
a new
how you
boyfriend.
see where this woman's head is at.
Yeah.
Because she didn't see the problem with the man. The problem was never with the man.
This isn't a new guy. This is the same boyfriend. They got back together, right?
No, this is a new guy.
No. This is a new guy. This is a new guy.
I'm totally.
Yeah, no, this is a brand. That's why it's even more
this is
fucked.
a new guy.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I still stand by it.
Yeah, this isn't.
Yeah, I completely thought that this was like a brand new guy.
No, she said that
the same guy.
No, that's why she was saying, like, she thought about getting back together with him, but then didn't, and then she told her this stuff. Then she had a new boyfriend.
Well, then, 100%. She's very, very insecure. Yeah.
Just insecure and.
Yeah, so.
And villainizes women, like, we're this seductress Medusa type.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, God.
Yeah.
Imagine being a woman thinking that way. Heebie-jeebies.
Can't relate.
Can't fucking relate.
Can't relate.
Can't relate. I want everyone's titties out. Get them. You know?
Make your money. Make your money. Get your man.
Bruh.
But be secure if you're going to go on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know, anyone's going to see
be secure.
Yeah. Make sure you're very comfortable with your titties out.
So, you want to save yours for the end, or you want to do yours now? Mine's kind of a wholesome kind of thing. I assume yours was kind of a comedic thing. So, what are you feeling?
You know what? I don't know. Mine probably isn't really as bad as you think it is.
I don't think it's bad. I'm just curious. I thought it was
it's not very. But well, whatever. I'll just go into mine.
Okay.
So I'll just. Okay. Here we go. So. Girlfriend, 30 female, finishes all of my games when I buy them, 30 female. I don't even know where to start. I know this sounds stupid, but my girlfriend finishes all of my games for me when I buy them. I've been gaming since I was a little kid and consider it a hobby of mine. I used to play, and my girlfriend used to just watch here and there when she was bored. I didn't mind. Now every time I buy a new game, my girlfriend gets involved and starts playing my video game. For example, I bought Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, and she's been obsessively playing the game when I'm sleeping or doing something else. The game is completed 100%, with me literally barely playing it. I come back and all the story and side missions are done. I lose interest because I don't want to restart the entire game. I know it's not a big deal, but I've asked her to stop doing that because I've purchased the game and it's my file save. If she wanted to play on her spare time, she can start a new game for herself. I feel like I don't even get to play the video game I bought. Or if I did, it's way different by the time I log on. I want to play on my own accord without her completing the game for me and customizing the game to her liking. I bought Borderlands 3 the other day on my PC, and she's been playing while I've been sleeping. I've told her multiple times that I don't appreciate that, and she keeps doing it. I just want my space. Although I don't mind her being interested in my hobbies, but I want to be able to play my games and separate from her without her finishing it. Or to play my game separate from her without her finishing it. I approached her about it today, saying this is what's bothering me, and she said okay, and now we're ignoring each other. I know it sounds silly, but it really bothers me that she doesn't respect what I'm saying about this. TLDR, girlfriend keeps finishing my video games and playing on my file save. It bothers me because I want to progress the story and finish the game on my own.
Toxic.
I feel like I should clarify in this post that I have created her a login to play for herself. Yes, I agree. It seems like it should be a simple fix, but it's not. Relationships are tough and complicated. I don't know how to get through to someone who disregards my thoughts and opinions about something I've been upfront about. This isn't about just, quote, a game, but a partner who disregards the things I say. I just want her to respect my feelings. I feel lost and frustrated.
Then you already have your fucking answer. Like you came like a lot of times somebody will say like this, and then like they might need to be told like, oh, you know, this isn't just about a game. She's disregarding your feelings. She already knows she's disregarding her feelings. This is a toxic relationship. If you're telling somebody you're doing something, or they're doing something that makes you uncomfortable, and they continue to do it, that's a toxic relationship. Like, that's not.
Besides it being toxic, I don't understand her point. Like, why would you want to like halfway jump into someone else's game? Like, everything's confusing.
So someone asked her, what is her explanation for playing on your save file and not her own? And OP replied, I don't think she has one. She thinks she's helping me progress the game, and it's, quote, our game. But moving forward is not rewarding when you're at 30% of the game, and when you come back, it's 70%, and everything you worked for is just gone and replaced by something else. So many games have been ruined for me because of this. I just want to be able to continue where I left off without hiccups. And literally everybody keeps saying make her own account, but OP has repeatedly said I have made her own account. She refused to play on it.
So like from the initial thing is, I do understand that like we're all fucking gamers here. We all play games. And if I'm playing a game, unless like we're like specifically playing together, then yeah, I want to play on my file, you know, like, and have my own shit. You know, there are plenty of times where like we've played like the same game on two different TVs at the same time, both progressing to the same game, because we want to have our own files and we both want to platinum it at the same time.
But you can do that with Borderlands, like if they get
exactly. And there's also like, you know, there'll be times where we decide, oh, we'll just play a game like together and just play through it or whatever the fuck. So I do understand the frustration of somebody's coming along and playing a game when you're not there, but you already made an account for her, you already talked to her, she's not listening to you, then fucking this is stupid. Like, oh,
it's very stupid, but I'm just very confused. I don't understand the term or her mentality of like it's our game. I don't know what that means. There's single player games. It's not Portal.
Someone else said, this seems like an obvious and simple request. Did you explain, you know, everything? I honestly, all these people asking, did you explain everything? I feel like she's already explained several times, hey, these are my feelings, you know, like this is whatever.
Yeah.
But OP replied, I've explained it. It seems like it should be a simple solution overall. I've asked her multiple times. She doesn't want to start a new game on her own account because it's too hard. Now, if OP is playing games like Ghost of Tsushima, I guess I can understand that. She doesn't enjoy playing the hard areas and can't get through it. Okay.
But she 100% the game while you were sleeping.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, but I guarantee you what happens is maybe OP lets her play a little bit, right? And then she gets to a hard area, and then OP takes over, right? So that's I guarantee you that's what's happening is but if you're playing on your own account, you know, like there's times where I get frustrated in a game and I'll hand the controller to AJ and I say, just fucking get me through this. Just do it.
Yeah.
There's platforming.
Like, I can't do it.
Help me.
Yeah.
And then I get it back. Like, he gives me the controller back. And so, like, I don't even think that's the case, though, because she literally used Ghost of Tsushima as an example and said she barely played it. Yeah.
So if she barely played it, that means she literally said, like, she 100% the game and she barely played it because she was playing while she's sleeping. The whole, like, she doesn't play the hard parts.
Well, I bet what happened is OP got geared up. So now it's easy.
Maybe, but she said that's it. She said she barely played it. It takes no, that's just it. Like, I'm kind of fixated on that because of how big and huge that game is.
You know, regardless though, like I counted 3 separate times that the OP told her girlfriend, "Hey, you know, I really don't like it when you do this. I would really like to have my own space and boundaries and stuff. Could you please do this thing?" And ultimately, this comes down to your partner literally not listening to you.
But that's what I guess
that's very frustrating.
And that's what's frustrating me is the fact that she literally said, this isn't about a game, it's about a partner who disregards the thing I said. She already knows that. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Are you waiting for somebody to tell you to just end this relationship?
Yeah.
Because that's what you have to do at this point. If she's not listening, you hit a point, like, what's your breaking point then? Okay, well, we tried talking, it didn't work. Okay, well, then what do you want from this? Like, you can't just keep trying to talk and hope that it works unless you're really not getting your fucking point across. But it's like she literally deliberately said that she's tried this numerous times. She didn't listen. She pointed out that she disregards the things she says. She didn't listen. Mm-hmm. What do you want? What advice do you want?
I guess it comes down to the fact that at the beginning of her post too, she literally says, "This is so stupid," right? So like,
because it is, it's stupid.
Because it is stupid. It's a very stupid problem to have. But to end a relationship over the fact that your girlfriend won't stop playing your games, it sounds stupid. But when you get down to it, like you said, in regards to a partner not listening to me and not taking
because it's not really about the video game. It's like not.
In the end, it's not about that. It really isn't. Yeah. She disregards what you have to say. She's disregarding your boundaries and your feelings of you saying it multiple times. Also, when scrolling back through this, a lot of people didn't read the title. And they assumed it was a dude.
Yeah,
They assumed it was a dude. So that's why I wanted to reiterate that this is...
It's a lesbian couple.
This is a woman with a girlfriend.
I don't see how that makes a difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
It's a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people thinking like...
Yeah. That's why I wanted to just
gatekeeping mouth breathers.
Because it's a girlfriend finished the game, and so you boils down to the internet, and how would you let your girlfriend finish a game for you, man? You know, like that's...
It got very toxic very quickly because people did not read the title.
So that's...
Yeah.
I
understand that wanting to throw your whole relationship away in something so stupid that you can admit is super, super stupid. Like, I would feel dumb if I had to end a relationship over that. So I'm trying to, like, go on, like, solution mode. And it's like, maybe they can figure out co-op games that they could play together that's quote-unquote their game. Because it seems like she likes the time together where they're both sitting next to each other and swapping the controllers. So I think that that's something fun that they do, but then she doesn't know when to like end it. So maybe like I'm just trying to be thinking of solutions and like maybe they can find like Unravel or something they can play together.
I'm back to that. These are people in their fucking 30s, so by now they should have this answer. And two, again, like it's she obsessively plays the games when I'm sleeping or doing something else. So it's not about that time spending with her girlfriend.
Okay.
She's taking over.
It's taking over. So I'm like, I would love for there to be like a simple solution, or like, I mean, there is a simple solution, but like a solution that everyone can be happy with. But like,
a lot of people responded with just change your password, change your email, change this and
you
that.
could. And you can't set parental controls on your console.
But when she goes to play the game, she's gonna be upset. And while she doesn't deserve the right to be upset, that's just gonna cause more issues within the relationship. You really just have to like. I don't think going underhanded like that. That's something you do to a child. That's not something you do to a grown adult. You need
if you're taking those steps, then you should end it anyway.
Yes, like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, if you're gonna take the steps to be like that, then just end it anyway. Like it's I
told you mine wasn't like.
Well,
the title,
I thought it was gonna be funny.
The title was a little whatever,
misleading.
But,
yeah.
Just like this podcast, the title is misleading.
It is. Well, I guess I'll round us off here with this is a non-romantic relationships. It's not like so.
Okay.
Just wanted to just get something kind of wholesome, but not sad, but whatever the fuck it is. The title is Sad No One Really Seems to Care to Visit Me or Reach Out to Me After Major Surgery. How do I deal with this? With a sad face. Female 26. So, last Friday I had a major surgery, an open myomectomy procedure. I'll have to look that up. I'm not really sure what that is. Let me check right now.
So much for pre-research, AJ.
Yeah, this is actually one I literally saw that word and I was going to pre-research it. A surgical procedure to remove uterine fibroids, also called leiomyomas.
Leiomyomas.
Oh, leiomyomas. Okay, these common non-cancerous growths appear in the uterus. Okay, so she had to get like growths removed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, I did look this up, but I already forgot what it was because of okay. Anyway, so she had to have that procedure. I had to visit it, I had to have it after 2 trips to the ER from uterine bleeding.
Okay.
I was kept in the hospital through Sunday morning and sent home that afternoon. I still need help doing basic tasks and I'm in a lot of pain. I need a cane to get up out of bed and the incision quite frequently burns. This just sounds very uncomfortable. My best friend said that he would visit me to check on me after the surgery, only for him to say he had to do house repairs instead. I asked what about next week, and he seemed to imply that it's not going to happen either. It really hurts my feelings. I live with my mom, and she's taken off work for a few days because I have no one else to ask for help. But she's really been the only person seeming to take much interest in my surgery. She wasn't allowed to visit for long in the hospital because of the COVID-19 restrictions, so I was alone for most of my hospital stay. My aunt texted my mom to ask how I've been doing, and when she said not very good, she simply said sorry to hear. She didn't say anything else. No one has directly contacted me to check up on me, and I feel really alone and hurt by all of this. One of my 2 beloved parrots passed away. Oh, that kind of took me by surprise.
Okay, yeah.
One of my 2 beloved parrots passed away a few weeks before all this. So, other than my remaining bird, I don't really have any companionship, and it makes me very sad. I miss my other bird very much, and still in a lot of pain. I'm having the hardest time reading this. I would very much like to have a hug, or have a visit, or even a phone call, but I don't have any of that. Is this normal for people going through such things? I've never had surgery before, and is this a procedure that will take 6 weeks to recover, so I really thought people would care more, and it's upsetting. TLDR, had major surgery. My best friend who said he'd come visit me afterwards didn't, and family really isn't making an attempt to reach out to me. How do I cope with this? No one's really talking to me online or via text either.
This one's hard. This is hard.
Yeah.
Because I've had surgery. People showed up, but it's like you really see how people view your friendship when you're in the hospital, for sure. But also, this is a very specific time in history that has never really happened before. So everyone has their own battles that they're facing too. So it's like, I get her from someone who has kind of been in her position. I get the sadness and the frustration. But however, it may literally just be the cherry on top of the sundae that people can't fucking deal with.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
just
Yeah.
mentally. Like there's
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
going on. No one has a job. Maybe someone else is sick. You know, like everyone's fighting their own battles too. This one's so hard. Oh my gosh.
This one is very tough because you do have to think about the restrictions that everybody is on. Not everyone is going to be able to visit you, but in that same regard, they could. It's very cruel not to reach out and
Yes.
say, "Hey, how are you doing?"
It is.
No text, no phone call. You know, we live in a digital age where something as small as a text can really make somebody's day.
Yeah.
So you do have to take into concern these, the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. That really does suck. You know, there's a lot of women who are giving birth to babies in hospitals and literally alone because no one can be in the room. And
and then shipped right out.
Yep. And it really fucking sucks. But that is just a reality of things that are happening. But in regards to actually, going back and being at home or, in your own comfortable environment, having no one reach out, that does really
Sting.
It does. It stings. It hurts. I have a feeling that a lot of people, they can't deal with their own insecurities of like morality. So when it comes to seeing your friends like that, seeing them hurt, seeing them sick, and then, after surgery and stuff like that, people get uncomfortable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is it cruel? Yes, 100%. It's very cruel. But they're not going to realize that until they themselves are in that position too.
So there's a couple of things with this too. One, and I feel like the older you get, the more it's learned as well. And not so much just from surgery, but from just any major thing you're going through in your life. People don't give a fuck. And I don't mean that in the sense that they're trying to not give a fuck about you. They're deliberately being mean. They don't give a fuck because, like Sushie said, they're thinking about their own shit or they're concentrating on whatever.
Yeah.
On top of that, some people just don't care, and that sounds more cruel than I mean it to sound. But like in the sense that like they're not there. They don't realize the severity of it. On top of that, like, how many people knew she was having this surgery? It's a uterine surgery, how many, I'm getting surgery on my uterus. Like, how many people are really telling everybody that? Maybe she did. I don't know. She didn't really say.
In general, people don't take women's health seriously anyway, so they probably just heard like, oh, fibroids, you'll be fine.
I mean, it says she went to the ER twice.
But like, there is that kind of thing too, is like, say, and I'm like, she went to the ER twice, but does everybody know that she went to the ER? How many of her friends and family know that she did this stuff? And she said like, oh yeah, her aunt called to ask how she was doing. Or my aunt texted my mom to ask how I've been doing and said, not very good. She said, sorry to hear, and didn't say anything else. What do you want? She literally she texted your mom to ask how you're doing. That's what you wanted. You wanted her to reach out. She did. Sorry to hear. That's the best you're really gonna get. Like, people aren't like, it just sounds cruel, but people don't have the time and the energy and the mental fortitude right now for her aunt to drop everything in her life and rush over. She at least did do the text. You wanted a text, you got one, and then you weren't happy with it. So, and I don't know, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole with that, but like,
I think when you have a major surgery like this, because this is a major surgery, she had she had an open surgery. She has an incision site, I think that really you're in pain. You're by yourself in your room. You have nothing but time to think. Yeah. And I think that's honestly what's going on too.
And it sounds like, the way I'm wording this makes it sound like it's all very, like, I think it's all very black and white, which it's not, because I've been through shit that like nobody's reached out to me for, and that's upset me a lot. Yeah. So I do empathize with her, and I understand those feelings. I guess I'm just trying to get across the fact that like, relish and don't take
the little ones from granted.
Yeah, take solace in the ones that did reach out. Don't take it away because like, yeah, it sucks when fucking nobody reaches out to you if you're hurting or you're sad or whatever the fuck. But like when they do, like, take that little bit and go, yeah, that's good. They cared about me. They reached out. Like,
I mean, her best friend did reach out and offer to come over. You know, the thing is too, like, you were just at the hospital, which is a hot spot too.
Yeah.
So
really, people shouldn't be coming over anyway.
Yeah,
but.
you are not only at risk because you've had open surgery, but you've been in a hot spot in a hospital. Maybe, you know, people still, because she says last Friday, I don't know when this was posted, a day ago, last Friday, you know, this hasn't even been 2 weeks. You still have to be in quarantine too. Yeah. You know?
And
that's true. That's a good point.
There are the people that could text, you know, and that could send her a message or whatnot. Honestly, I think the best bet with her would be to maybe just, I mean, you could that's something you could literally confront the people you're closest to. And like, hey, how come you didn't like reach out to me if you were curious enough? You know, like she doesn't have to do it in like in a way that's like accusatory, but if it's something that upsets her, she could let these people know, at least the closest ones that she thought would reach out, or even her best friend. She could let him know and be like, hey, you know, I really was hoping that we could like get together. I do feel isolated. I do feel alone. Like these are the people she needs to be telling that she feels isolated. Like, and especially having an animal die too, that definitely like
that totally
that's
sucks.
A whole other thing.
Especially since they live for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like her feelings are valid. However, I think in this time it's very important to remember that like everyone's kind of drowning right now in our own ways, right? And there's only so much that everyone can take. That's not an excuse, but it's just like, please just offer a little bit of grace to others in what maybe you feel would be normal behavior, because nothing's normal right now. So like, it sucks that she's hurting. It sucks that she had to go through that. However, everyone's kind of going through something right now, and we can't be there for everyone all the time.
Yeah, like that's 100% nails it. Like you there really is.
We're
so
all in the
much.
shits right now. Everyone's in the shits.
Yeah.
You're going through shit. I'm going through shit. Like I can't like take everyone under, and I this might be coming from personal, but like I am someone that people like kind of lean on for like advice or like talking about their feelings and stuff. That is kind of like something that happens in friendships with me. During right now, especially, I can't be that person for everyone. I can't be like, so how are you feeling?
Yeah.
How is that going?
Like
I have my own shit going on.
Everybody feels like shit.
Now, they didn't respond to this, but somebody did say, curious if you've ever visited or sick or recovering friends. It's easy to know what you want when you're in the situation, but not easy when someone else is. And that's also very true. Like, and the thing is, I wouldn't like knock her if she didn't, unless she didn't going forward. You know, and the past, because sometimes you don't realize, you know, like you might not realize like how it makes somebody feel, like, because you're not thinking about that. You know, you're like not thinking like, oh, this. You're not doing it out of spite. You know, like you did not visit them out of spite. But now, if going forward, if she doesn't visit people, knowing how she felt, then that's a whole other thing. But I would be curious if she has visited people in the past.
And that's why I was saying, like, a lot of people won't understand that situation until they're in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, someone told me they were in the hospital. Someone had a baby. I didn't visit them in the hospital. Now I know how it feels. Yeah. Yeah. And for me personally, I was in the hospital for a while, and I wasn't mad at anyone who didn't come. The only time I felt some type of way is if someone told me they were going to come and they didn't. Yeah. But I understand the hospital in general is not for everyone. It's not an environment for everyone. It triggers some people, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, outside, like it wasn't like an internal issue, like I was injured on the outside, so some people don't want to see that also. It's like graphic and whatever. So I was never like, oh, you should come visit me. It was the people who told me they were on their way and didn't come that I cut off forever. I was like, you're done. But anyone who just like didn't have that in them, I didn't hold it against them. But that's just me.
Yeah.
And again, there is the whole thing is like this comment here, we are in a pandemic. That's the biggest thing right there. So one, nobody should be coming to the hospital anyway. They probably won't even let you in. Unless you are literally needing to go. Yeah. But also, you can't expect people to anticipate your needs if you never make them known. And
that's true.
That, you know, that's a big thing too. Is you know, like
we're not mind readers. Nobody's a mind reader.
Nobody's a fucking mind reader. Nobody knows.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil and all.
Yep. So, you know, it's just one of those situations. Like I feel and I empathize with her, but like it's just a shitty time. It's just a shitty time we're living in. It's unfortunate she had to get surgery. She should be happy that she's got the surgery and she's on the road to recovery now. Yeah,
just focus on your health and.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fucking imagine a uterine surgery at all, but it sounds very uncomfortable. So, you know, like having to walk with a cane, having to deal with all that shit. Like that shit sucks. But she's out of the hospital, so she should really just. I don't know. It's definitely comes to that whole like try to change your way of thinking about it. Like think about like. It's so easy to say, but literally try to think about the positives in it. You know, you're out of the hospital. You're on the road to recovery. Yeah. You don't have the fucking lumps or whatever the fuck anymore that, you know.
Yeah.
This is all good shit you should be focusing on, not like, why didn't people come visit me?
This whole situation can eat her alive. She has to think about the positives.
Yeah, she does.
She has to, or she's going to become like a toxic cesspool in herself. And that's going to inhibit her
healing.
Healing.
Yeah.
Or healing.
Definitely. So
you have to.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. You really should be focusing on some positive shit here. And
focus on your physical therapy, walking a little bit further every day, preparing your own meals. Like focus on the positives. You can't think about what other people are doing or not doing. You like it just is what it is. We're all in the shits together, and not everyone can deal with it. So just focus on walking again and being healthy and eating healthy meals and meditating. Like, I have to be positive. You have to.
I was trying to see if she's commented on anything else here.
Yeah. You know, I get it. I get that feeling. It sucks. It sucks feeling alone, especially when you want someone to reach out. But you have open wounds. Do you want people visiting you?
So someone says, why don't you ask for like a Skype chat? They might not know that you're up for something like that. She said, I've been nervous because they mentioned doing that with their grandkids, but they said they didn't know anything to the effect of. But they didn't say anything to the effect of, why don't we do that sometime? See, that's bullshit. You have to let your fucking needs be known. You can't just, like, you can't just like, oh, they talked about Skype, but they didn't talk about it with me. Well, then fucking say that. Like, again, people
like, hey.
aren't fucking mind readers.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm free for an hour.
Yeah. Hey, can we Skype? Like, so that sounds like she also has a little bit of insecurity.
Yeah.
And needs to just fucking speak up and say, hey, I want this, which, I mean, you know, she's also writing on fucking relationships. So she definitely has a little bit of insecurity because you kind of have to put that out to a bunch of strangers and not just to address the problem as it is.
Yeah.
I do feel for her. I feel for her feelings. It sucks, but it just seems like she has all these internalized like little microaggressions that she's not actually expressing to anyone, so no one knows.
That's it. That's microaggressions. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Like that's she
has like all these little things that are building up to one big thing, but she's not actually telling anyone how she feels about anything. So I guarantee everyone in her life thinks everything's fine.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, especially because she's not speaking up. But
she's not speaking up.
Well. Hopefully she gets, stays on that road to recovery.
I hope she feels better.
Yeah. Too.
I mean, she got out of the surgery. That's all that really matters. You know, it is.
Yeah.
This was past Sunday, so this is still very fresh, but.
Yeah. Hopefully her wounds heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she makes a full recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did it.
We did it.
Another episode.
2 days later, we did it.
2 days later. Thanks, Comcast.
God.
For, killing our internet while we did this. You had one job, Comcast, and it's to provide us the service we pay for.
Yeah, you have one job, Comcast. Please.
It's literally to give me the internet.
That's it. I pay for it.
But if you guys have any stories that you want to share, much like Bonnie Dimples did, you can send us an email at contact@everyonesuckshere.com or hit us up on Twitter at ESH Podcast. If you want to see some behind-the-scenes stuff, we will eventually start posting. And there's one little pic there on Instagram. It's Everyone Sucks Here Podcast. Give us just...
I look great in it.
Yeah, we all look just fantastic.
God, I didn't know he was going to post it on Instagram.
Well, I mean... I've been telling you, hey, Sam, get that Instagram going. You're like, I'll get it eventually. I was like, you know what? Take it into my own hands.
AJ, women
are fucking mom energy.
Women are busy.
What? We live together. Okay. I know what you're doing.
Wow. See, guys, do you see AJ's fucking mom energy? God.
She out here fucking platinuming Mortal Shell. And
wow. Yeah, that's important, okay? Let her platinum her fucking Mortal Shell.
Listen,
God.
I was supposed to 100% it, and then she comes in.
Wow.
It was on my save file, and she 100% it.
She platinumed all these games before I got a chance to platinum it. So, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I hate
you. Since you don't have a game to play, I guess you gotta take over the Instagram account. You have all this free time.
Hey, I started Demon's Souls.
Oh, God.
I started this game from 2009. Or 2007.
Something like that, yeah.
Old.
Yeah, 2008, 9. Yeah.
Around that time. God, holy shit, the game's old. Alrighty. Well, we will catch you guys next week for 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
One
Hell
Monday,
yeah.
one Wednesday.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. We're gonna get sued.
Oh, Lord.
That's why I didn't finish. Like I was like, I don't want to get sued.
Don't DMCA me.
Yeah. That was.
We're poor.
We were just speaking words in a tone that.
In a tone.
In a tone.
That might have been familiar.
But was definitely not from anything.
No, we made it up just now.
On the spot.
On the spot. Improv.
Improv. All right, goodbye.
Bye forever.